Lock him up! Lock him up! I want to hear everyone chanting so loud that Hillary can hear us in chapel while she sips on a glass of Chardonnay. Come on, chant! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Guys, I think we have the song of the summer. I think we do. We did it! We did it, guys! The resistance was victorious. All the pussy hats we wore and black squares we posted on Instagram did it! This is what it must have felt like for Frodo and Sam when the One Ring was destroyed. As you all know, Donald Trump became the first former president of the United States of America to be indicted. I know, and since I graduated NYU with a degree in media and communications, I'm the perfect person to dive into the specifics of the criminal charges. I mean, why not? Everyone else thinks they're an expert, right? We all have seen Legally Blonde once and learned, spoiler alert, that you can't wash your hair at least 24 hours after a perm. And we all think we're lawyers. We all have these opinions all of a sudden. Oh, that's a weak case. Oh, yeah, Bragg should have brought felony charges. Oh, and the other indictments are so much stronger. They should have gone first. Okay, listen up. You can't plan the release of indictments like they're Star Wars projects, okay? These prosecutors aren't coordinating like, oh, yours deals with classified documents? That sounds like award season material. Let's release yours in November. No. I mean, okay, look. The case out of Fulton County, Georgia, yeah, it's a little more clean cut. He flat out called the AG and Secretary of State tried to get votes. We got it. I mean, in the classified document case, I mean, he obviously obstructed justice. He wanted to give them back. And then with the insurrection, we literally saw him incite the insurrection that led to death, destruction, and the near demise of our democracy. But hey, 34 separate counts of falsifying business records to the first degree is a big deal. It's a big deal. And I have to give props to the doorman who Trump paid 30 grand to not tell a made-up story that Trump fathered a child. I mean, that is some legendary toxic behavior on behalf of the doorman. I hope to get paid to not spread a rumor one day. I have to give props to former playmate Karen McDougal, or Karen you can all get behind, and who Trump literally did get behind. I think the worst part about this whole situation is not the cheating and the corruption, but just the fact it's all about Trump having sex. I'm not a sex shamer, but that is disgusting. And also I have to give props to the hero that America deserves, Stormy Daniels. She really is America's Malala. I'm with her. You know, what bothered me the most of last week, well, one of the things, I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene comparing Trump to Nelson Mandela wasn't great. And also all of Trump's crazy fans ascending upon to New York like the flying monkeys in A Wizard of Oz. Speaking of which, have you seen her?
All right, so the deep state, they delete the elite 1%. All roads lead to fucking where? Vatican and then Switzerland, right? Okay, we know that. Switzerland, that's where the bitch was. When I say bitch, I'm talking about the devil himself, right? And you're like, hey, the guy.
Mom! Why are you so embarrassing? And the worst part is she didn't even tell me she was in the city. We could have gone dinner after. No, what really made me want to set myself on fire was the media coverage of Donald Trump. I mean, CNN, I mean this with all sorts of love, is less informative than a Real Housewives reunion at this point. Van Jones, his expert analysis saying that Trump looked sad and like a granddad having a bad day. What? A granddad having a bad day? A granddad having a bad day is when my grandpa rushes home from golf so he can catch a Judge Judy rerun and eat an ice cream sandwich alone in peace, only to find out that he's out of ice cream sandwiches and he can't find the remote. That's a granddad having a bad day. Not a former reality TV star turned president who, after decades of illegal activity, is finally held accountable. That is not a granddad having a bad day. But, I mean, the media was even obsessed with Trump even before the arraignment. You guys, the day before, the way they were covering him, it was like they were British narrators in an Animal Planet documentary. Trump was a gorilla in the jungle they were trying to track. I mean, look at this, look at this.
Correct. He is currently on Ocean Boulevard, and it's going to be taking a right turn onto Southern Boulevard. That's the street that we are standing on. It is going to be 5 miles directly east to get to the airport.
Oh, I'm so happy I know how to get to the airport from Mar-a-Lago now. Tell me, what's happening in Ukraine? Is there a war still going on? No, we don't care. Oh, okay, please go ahead. Please go there with your news.
The former president's going to get out of that car, and we're obviously at quite a distance to see if that is he going up the steps, the back of the plane.
Okay, let's get this straight. We may or may not be watching Donald Trump walk up steps. What's happening with those 3 Tennessee lawmakers protesting for gun reform? I'm sure they've walked up steps recently. Do you want to cover them? No. Oh, no, we have to go to commercial? Oh, we have to go to commercial. Okay, well, let's see what comes back from commercial break.
Welcome back. You are watching the former president's plane take off.
What? A plane? That is not news! A plane is not news. You know what? I want to say this to every single cable news network.
Diamond earring came up in the ocean and it's gone. Kim, there's people that are dying.
Kim, there's people that are dying, CNN! Jesus Christ, there was actual news that day besides Trump traveling from Florida. The actual president of the United States was traveling that day. Joe Biden went to Minnesota to promote a factory making hydrogen electrolyzers using, the tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act. I don't know about you, but that sounds just as exciting and entertaining as a former president going back to his hometown to be arraigned for a crime and possibly paying a porn star hush money, okay? Just as exciting. And no one talked about the Wisconsin Supreme Court election, the most consequential election of this year that, thank God, the progressive won. No one talked about the vice president going into Ghana and Zambia and Tanzania. Oh, where's Kamala? In Africa. And don't act like you care all of a sudden, okay? And no one talked about, hello, Finland joined NATO. That's huge, right? You. Which one's Finland?
Closest to Russia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm from Norway.
Oh my God! I so expected no one's gonna know. That worked out. That was not a plan. That was not a plan. But thank you for teaching me that. I really didn't know. Makes sense it's closer to Russia. Putin's pissed. Look. It's obvious that the media has learned nothing from the 2016 election. Remember that time when Hillary would be off in Pennsylvania making a speech about the economy, and CNN would be airing an empty podium waiting for Trump to come on and tell us that Mexicans are rapists, but you can buy the best taco bowls in Trump Tower. I get it. They have to cover Trump. He's a historic figure. He's the front runner for the Republican nomination. But it's how they cover him that matters. And I would be lying if I said I never thought Trump was funny. Okay, Meatball Ron, hilarious, no notes. But we can't normalize his crimes or his behavior. We can't let him or Marjorie Taylor Greene be so characterized that their ways of undermining democracy are just, we don't give a shit about them. They're like, oh, whatever. No, it matters. And with Trump, I know the media is obsessed with talking about him, and they're so obsessed they're going to find ways to both sides everything. I'm sure they'll find a way to make Joe Biden eating so much ice cream the same as Trump being indicted. Look what they did in 2016. In 2016, when you think about that, the biggest scandal is Hillary Clinton using a private email server. Doesn't that just sound dumb? That, in comparison to Trump, decades of not paying contractors, having a fake university, being credibly accused of sexual assault by 20 women, using his charity to buy personal items like a portrait of himself. That is so narcissistic, and that's coming from me, someone who's posted so many thirst traps that I'm more known for my nipples than anything else. It's like, oh, have you seen Lucas? Oh yeah, I've seen his nipples on Instagram. Look, it's all Trump's tactic. Flood the zone with chaos, and the media just is unable to find the truth, to find out what's important for people to understand. And though I've lost faith that the media will correct course, I haven't lost faith in all of you. So don't get bogged down by the bullshit. Continue to remind people what's at stake. And if you're ever in a conversation with Marjorie Taylor Greene, first of all, I'm sorry you may have died and gone to hell. Second, if she says that all Democrats are pedophiles, don't just say, wow. Come on, Leslie Stahl. That was so stupid, that 60 Minutes interview.